Hello everyone. Thanks for joining me today. What I'm currently doing is I'm just writing an adventure today, and just figured I do it online, stream it for a while, and if anybody comes online and got questions, they can feel free to ask. I'll be having my Twitch stream up in the corner there, so I'll be watching the chat. I'm going to just be playing some music in the background too, and I'll probably just be talking out loud, thinking out loud about what I plan on doing. So it's just me rambling on. Anyway, feel free to jump in and get involved if you wish. Maybe if you have a suggestion, a better one that I'm writing up with, then feel free to add it. All right, well, I'm going to get to it. First of all, if there's anyone out there that's watching and you're curious to know about the volume, or the volume's not loud enough or too loud or whatever, just let me know. I'm messing around with some sound settings here too as I'm trying to learn this. Anyway, what I'm using here today is thanks to an acquaintance of mine, Ion Farmer. He pointed me in the direction of using some software called mind mapping, and I find it really good. And I didn't realize that was what it was called. It's a piece of software that allows you to write down and put all your thoughts in a way that makes it easy to organize. And I use software called RealmWorks, but I find it kind of clunky for transporting everything over. And so I went looking for this mind mapping software, and I found this software called My Mind, and it's free software, and it works. It does the job for me, and I'm quite happy with it. So what you currently see on the screen here is a window from My Mind, and like I said, it works really well. I'm just going to change up the size of it here. And you know something, why not? I'm going to turn on my camera too. So just give me a second as I add on my wonderful camera. I don't even think I got my hair combed, so bear with me. One of the things I really enjoy about yeah, that's me. That's me, all right. That's my ugly mug. All right, I'm just going to change that for 1 second. So 1 second, and I'll get into this right and proper. I realize I probably should have got a beverage. Alright, just one more volume check here now. Alright, just one more volume check here now. Alright, just one more volume check here now. So yeah, here I am, and I am in the process of doing some writing. Let me turn on my ugly mug again. So I'm writing an adventure for 2D20 Conan. That's my current game of choice for the last year or so. Ever since the Kickstarter came out, something I'm really happy with. So, as I was saying, I use a software called mind mapping, and it's a pretty nifty little program. It allows me to do some pretty cool things and captures my ideas, and allows me to put it in a way that I can transfer it into Fantasy Grounds quite easy. So if you are a Fantasy Grounds user, this is actually a really cool piece of software. Alright, so what I'm going to do, the adventures I got called, or in my mind is called Road to Purgatory. And essentially what happened in the last adventure, the characters got teleported halfway to the other side of the continent of Hyboria, and they came to in a desert area, and that's where the adventure ended. So essentially they are in the, I'm going to bring up the picture in my Fantasy Grounds here so you can see it. Just realized that you can't see it until I move that over there. Alright. So yeah, so that's where I currently have the characters stationed, and they are in that particular part of the country. And I'll just zoom out, and where they were beforehand was, move it over there, they were currently where the diamond is. So they went from there to there in a matter of seconds, unknowingly, or unwittingly I should say, and they ended up getting themselves in a little bit of off track from their mission. So the adventure I got called is Road to Purgatory. So they end up there. So the way I use this, or the way I write my adventures, is I'm going to come up with a setting. So the first setting is the city. So I don't have a name for the city yet, to be announced, but that's the city. That's where it's going to be started. So done. Move that to there. Now, there's a couple of things about Conan, which is really cool for anyone who's writing adventures. Uh, it's called the Life in Between Adventures, and there's a section where all the players do some stuff. They get their characters updated, but it also generates adventure seeds and adventure ideas. So, out of my current group, I have Septimus and I have Riju, who have done their in between adventures. So I'm going to start on Septimus's first. So this is what I like about this software, is I give it the titles, and now I can double click on it and I can add notes to it, like so. I can add a whole bunch of these wonderful, wonderful things. So one of the things that Septimus did in his adventure was he got himself so incredibly drunk that he agreed to do a job, because he is a mercenary, for a group of people, but he doesn't remember it, and it allows me to write up a short adventure. So that's what I'm going to work on right now. So his little side quest, or what I'm going to call, is called Drunk Men Tell No Tales. And he was approached by a spice merchant, and he was offered a job for protection on a caravan job head out west. So this allows me to, if they decide to take this adventure, it allows me to help get them back on track by heading back west, if that's where they want to go. The payment for this job was 10 gold for the group, because it's a bad deal, but he doesn't remember this. And that's the funny thing about it. 10 gold for the group. 1 week's journey west along the... Now the thing is about Iranistan is mostly, according to Robert E. Howard, is full of thugs and thieves, but the area is also was an ancient land that was destroyed in the apocalypse. So there's a lot of ruins and treasures and stuff buried beneath the sands. So there's a lot of shifting sands in the area, and I'm going to work that background into these adventures. So the opening setting is setting. Oh, so I'm just going to do it this way. Save that. put it into the notes, will be better. Be less hectic. Setting is going to be a ruined keep. The NPCs in the area are the benevolent royalty, or the trader. This trader is going to be a good trader, and he's going to be even trying to make money. He's a relatively decent guy. Now the reason why they're there is see. Septimus, let's see, Septimus got called to the castle as to the keep. Septimus got called to the keep while he was drinking. Because he heard a rumor that let's see. Ronaldo was one of the character's patrons in the earlier adventures. Was seen in the area. But the trader offered Septimus a job. So he said he's going to have it. So Septimus offered him a job, and the job is going to take him west. So if the job is taking him west, it's because how am I going to work this out? It's not that I heard a rumor that Ronaldo was involved. Under the table dealings with a cult to be named later. Deals with a cult, but the trader offers Septimus a job which he is to protect the caravan traders' goods along the way, but the direction of of the... Man, I gotta say, this is kind of difficult in streaming your thoughts online, which is kind of different. And doing the thinking live, feel like you're under pressure. It's kind of weird, but it's fun too, actually. But anyway, let's see. But the trader offered Septimus a job which he is to protect the caravan, trader's goods along the way. But the direction of the caravan take them in towards where the cult is stationed. So the bad guy in this adventure is a legendary gladiator. Alright, so very simple. So Septimus was offered a job to, first of all, he got called to a keep because he heard a rumor that Ronaldo was in some sort of under the table dealings with the cult to be announced. But a trader offers Septimus a job which he is to protect the caravan traders goods along the way, but the direction of the caravan will take them towards the cult, where the cult is stationed. Alright, so this allows Ronaldo a job which he agreed to do, but he can't remember agreeing to it because he was drunk. But he did get a rumor, and his rumor was involved that he was involved in making Ronaldo, a previous patron, was dealing with some underground cult, and the job will take him towards the cult. Alright, I can work with that. The bad guy in this adventure, in this particular side quest, is a legendary gladiator who's totally mentally unstable, but believes that the goods, the spices from the trader, shipping is the secret to his success and wants to stop the trader from dealing his goods with anyone else. So has made arrangements to stop the transport.